Bram! Boat horn. Attention Booster Clubs. Booster Club members, if you're tired of fundraisers that steal your nights and weekends just to raise a little, this is for you. We help Booster Clubs for any sport. Create a weekly Coaches Show podcast. Football, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, all of it. Fans love it because it highlights the team, the players, and the story behind the season. And here's the part you're going to like. We do all the work. We handle the setup, the recording, the editing, the posting, the graphics, and the promo clips. We even help you package it so local businesses want to sponsor it, and that sponsorship money becomes Booster Club revenue. Your only job? Make the coach available for a short interview each week. That's it. Want the simple breakdown on how this turns into fundraising? Comment Booster to get your Coaches Show fundraising plan.
Let me know when everyone's good in the back. All right, joining Dallas South Oakland High School head coach Jason Todd, coach on the District 3 student athletes.
To my left, number 7, Jamarion Phillips. Number 2, Mikail Trotter. And number 55, Peebo Ramsey Brooks.
Coach, just your initial thoughts about winning the state title?
It was good to finally get that monkey off our back. We've been here the last 2 years, came up short. It wasn't because we weren't trying hard, but we just didn't get over the hump the last 2 years. And these kids, they had a focus this year. And I knew as long as we didn't have a hiccup on the way here, I knew if we got to the moment that they were going to come out and play like they've never played before. And they played tremendous football today. And I'm proud of the boys and the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about before that people believe Sock couldn't get to this point years ago, and now just won your third title. Can you describe just the journey of
A lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance, a lot of commitment. All those words that define odds. Saying was it supposed to be impossible, not impossible. Getting kids to buy in and believe, creating a culture. Those are the type of things that we've established here at South Oak Cliff. These kids, like we tell them now, they're like really second generation or third generation in this thing that we've been building here. And hopefully they're gonna pass it on to the next group and tell them to keep it going. What I'm most proud about is that these guys have been in a state championship game every year they've been in high school. And the only other class that has done that before was a class that graduated before them. So now the challenge shifts to the next class.
Coach, we've had a lot of conversations this season. Congratulations. And talk about just like what it takes to get here, being able to do it over and over and over again, and doing it from an area where there are less resources. Talk about that and how you're able to do that consistently.
The one resource that I say is not about money, is how much you're willing to work and the work we put in. No amount of money can't buy that, what we got at South Oak Cliff. In this commitment, it's sacrifice. Like our word going into this week was sacrifice. Because parents been sacrificing, getting their kids to practice every day, dealing with us all the time, with all our demands. The kids had to sacrifice. We as coaches have to sacrifice. So, we just put in the work, man, and like I tell them every day, these memories are gonna last a lifetime. Even when they long gone from this earth, people are gonna be talking about this story millions of years from now. And I just want them to know that they're a key part of this story.
Coach, for the players here, y'all played these guys last year, and it wasn't dramatic getting them. What kind of fire did that light to get back to this point this year? You got people.
A super hall. It wasn't no being denied from this. It's our last high school game together. We ain't had no other mindset but to go take over what's ours. Last year they walked in and took over. We weren't going for that no more. That was unacceptable. You hear me? I'm like, that's it.
Same thing. I mean, we dominated last year, but we still came up short. It was like he said, it's unacceptable. We shouldn't have lost that game last year, and we just came back and got what was ours.
We came out pretty slow last year. That's why that kind of happened. We came out slow. They went up 14 on us, scored a kickoff return, and then scored on offense. We weren't really locked in last year, but this year, we was locked in because, we knew, we shouldn't have even been in that position to even lose the game because, we had the game in our hands at the end of the game, and then we still let them run a kickoff return back. So, this year, we was just making sure we didn't make those same mistakes that we had made last year so we can come out on top and victorious.
And, I tie a lot of it into the fact that this is like we had a meeting last night, and I don't know if you ever watched the movie Glory, but you know, we kind of themed this is that we won plenty of battles, but these last couple of years we didn't win the war. And you know, everybody sings. I had every senior come up and kind of just, you know, speak freely. You know, and then brought some other guys up that allowed coaches to speak freely. So it really was like one of them Denzel Washington moments last night. You know, where they were humming and like what Denzel said, I don't got nothing but the 54. That's all I got. And that's what a lot of these cats figured out when people opened up and people poured stuff out last night. That we all we got. But that's all we need.
Before you mind, Coach, we introduce your players.
Oh, this is Marcel Gibson to Mr. Clemson. We need to start also.
Mike.
Hey, Coach. A lot of programs around the state, they're afraid to play the Duncanvilles and North Shores, but y'all have done that kind of schedule year in and year out. Where does that fearlessness come from?
Just come from the environment these kids are raised in. You know, these kids come from environment like if you scared sometimes, you're not gonna make it. But then sometimes they can hurt you also not feeling anything. So when we play Duncanville, these the same kids they grew up playing against. You know, some of them went to Sock, some of them went to Duncanville, some of them go to DeSoto. You know, those type of schools. But we look for challenges when we play football. I'm not the coach that's just gonna schedule easy victories to pad my win-loss column. And I know when we play Duncanville, we're gonna find out something that's gonna prepare us for these moments right here. When we play North Shore, it was for a reason. When we play Longview, it was for a reason, you know. So, you know, we're just not scared of anybody, and we're not trying to pad stats inside Oak Cliff. I want my kids exposed to the best football in the state of Texas. And when we get to these moments right now, you know, we're able to easily stand up and stand tall.
And then just this follow-up, just to be able to say that you beat North Shore and then you hung with Duncanville and both of them are in the state final, what does that mean?
We felt like we let one slip away against Duncanville. We came out very slow in the beginning, but what we did, we showed some fighters commitment, and we got back in the game. We just couldn't finish it off. So that kind of propelled us through the rest of the season. And then as the season, you know, got in the playoffs, you know, we could always look back and say, this team is not like Longview, this team not Duncanville, this team not North Shore. So anybody, the only people that can beat South Oak Cliff, we feel is South Oak Cliff, and we don't do what we're supposed to do.
Well, Coach, within 4 plays, you guys had the game in your hand. You had an interception, you had a touchdown, you're already on the board within 4 or 5 plays. Talk about that quick start. It was a quick start, it was a high start, and you never seem to lose your momentum.
This starts with opportunity. Xavier Mayfield, you know, had that key interception. And like I told him, like we've been rotating DBs throughout the year. And it was his time. And when he had an opportunity, he stepped up and he made a play with his opportunity. And I tell him that's just the same thing about life. You know, a lot of people complain and this, that, and the other. But when you do get an opportunity where you suck and that you didn't get previous ones, or do you take advantage of the one that you have at that current moment? And that's what he did. And I knew we were gonna come out and play because, you know, these kids, you know, like I even mess with them. All they hear is Black Jesus, Black Jesus, Black Jesus. Well, you know,
We got the real Black Jesus.
yeah, Jesus gonna have to come see us today.
All right, this is Mikail Trotter. So you were an amazing athlete, an amazing runner. You break tackles. You fend off defenders. What do you want coaches around this country to know about you, your playing style, and what they can expect from you on the next level?
Yeah, I'm a dog. I can do anything. I'm not no specific back. I can do anything they want me to do.
And he's also a P-Tech student that'll be graduating with his associate's degree. So he's not just a scholar, just not an athlete on the field. He's a prime example of a student athlete. He's succeeding in the classroom and in the early college, and he's succeeding on the football field. And that's probably the most words I've ever heard him spoke today in my 4 years of dealing with him. All he doing is just smile and laugh at him.
Coach, I don't know if you're aware, you became the first, in the UIL era, you became the first Black coach to win 3 titles. Even in the PBIL era, no one's won 4. When you kind of course, 2 more coaches could do that potentially today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on just like the era of Black coaches in the UIL, kind of an unprecedented era of dominance?
I think it's, if you really trace it back, I think in the beginning times with some of those other coaches that came out back in the day, they didn't have a lot of the resources. And I'm not talking about money-wise and this, that, and the other. What I'm kind of going into is the resources of everybody wasn't confined to come from one area of football. Where now, you know, Kyle Ward was a GA down at Texas A&M at Boise State. We incorporate a lot of those things. Dominique Spencer played football at the University of O'Leary at UCF. A lot of my staff has played professional or played at a high level at the college level. And I'm the type of guy that when they bring knowledge in, we try to find out what exactly we can do to help our program be better. Where back in the 70s and probably early 80s, they didn't have those opportunities because everybody was confined to the same small pool of knowledge. But while we're able to touch and learn anything, I can call Chris Gilbert right now. I can call Emmett Jones right now. I can call Coach Rick at SMU right now. These guys are in my phone that I can directly call and find out, hey, when I saw you do something on TV, can you break this down to me? What were you doing? And we use our resources. And now resources are spread out where it's not just about a small group that knows. And those guys did a hell of a job in their era. But as coming through, we're kicking down a lot of doors. And I don't expect to be the only one with 3 for a couple of more hours. Because I know Coach Sapp gonna get it done, and then Coach Mathis, I know he's not gonna be left out the party. So, it's gonna be a short-lived triumph for me. But I can always say I was the first.
Hey, Jamarion, and Marcel, I had a chance to just watch y'all, grow up, kind of go through a lot of changes as young men. But as I sit there and talk to Coach Todd, I've seen him around there, I've talked to him a few times. But kind of talk about, what does he taught y'all, bro? Like, the culture has shifted so much in South Oak Cliff to it's now a prominent and historic program. And you guys kind of helped build that, and y'all were a part of it. Kind of talk day to day. What does him and the coach staff mean to y'all, and as far as becoming young men in the next part of life?
They mean a lot. They done put in a lot of effort and supporting to me and my teammates and stuff throughout the past 4 years. And then they just there for us. And then we really just appreciate the coaches because they really help us. And then not just on the field, off the field too. We got personal problems or whatever. Coach Todd always gonna be there, or Coach Spence gonna be there for us. So it's more it ain't just football. They there outside too. So it's more of a family thing with us. We locked in. We just family.
I'm just blessed to have a coaching staff for real. I ain't gonna lie, they got so much knowledge that they just pass down. You feel me? It's you probably don't like how they say it and stuff, but the way that the stuff they be saying, you feel me? And it makes so much sense. You know what I mean? Even on the field, you feel me? You might make a mistake. They gonna chew you out and stuff. You be back in film. They gonna tell you what you did wrong, and they still gonna love you as a family. You know what I mean? So I just feel like this coach staff really, it's a match made in heaven with this team we got. You know what I mean? They just everything just played out well. All glory to God.
And the key word is family. Like I tell them, family argue, family fight. Family tell jokes and have a great time too. But at the end of the day, family is family. And when family come together against the outsider, no matter what problems we may have had, we gonna be together and we gonna go out and attack whoever trying to attack us.
Well, I can ask one more question. A lot of coaches, man, especially with this carousel gonna come up, but I have seen you, bro, grow.
Yeah.
You stayed put. Just talk about what that grind is like, and you probably had so many offers to leave, man. Your staff probably had so many offers to leave.
Yeah.
Nobody leaves, bro. What is that about?
I believe it's a good environment, where people, you can search for more money, but that don't always mean more happiness. And, what I can say for me personally, it's always speculation out there, this, that, and other. But unless you know my true passion of why I'm at South Oak Cliff, and my family history on why I'm at South Oak Cliff, you really could never understand how deep down ingrained this success, these state championships mean to me. And these kids will tell you, I don't wear no rings. I very rarely take pictures. All I'm thinking about is now, these guys gonna be gone. I gotta go find the 4 more to sit next to me out there in young group and see who ready to come up here to get us back next year. And I used to always look at Nick Saban why he never look happy after winning the championship. But it wasn't until I won the championship that now I understand what he's doing. It just starts to cycle over again. And, I want to celebrate. I want to turn flips like Coach Mathis and do some stuff like some of the other coaches and grab a mic and stomp the floor and throw my towel, but I can only be me. So at the end of the day, I'm happy for these kids, these coaches. But my mind right now is always on how do we get to them 6.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com.